Here are 4 things you can do to create more unexpected color in figure drawing. Make sure that you're not using any gray, because when we look at shadows, if we're not looking really, really hard, our brain just assumes that, oh, it's a shadow, it's gray. But you can see in this particular piece that actually the dark areas in the right armpit, those are very blue. And so just by not using gray and using blues or even a deeper green or something like that, sometimes it feels a little startling because you're like, ugh, blue, that looks really weird. But the thing is, if you put it everywhere, so that blue is in multiple places, like it's underneath the left breast, some of it is on the chin. The key thing is whatever color you add is that you distribute it throughout the entire figure. Like you don't want to just put it in one spot. If you don't have a lot of experience with flush tones, to definitely make friends with a neutral green. So you can see above the belly button that there is this neutral green that then transitions into a pink. So that olive green, I find that so helpful. And then the second thing you can do is to really work on training your eye. Our eye just sort of says, that's peach. The thing is, it never really is just peach. And so you have to look so hard so that you're searching for the color. Like you could look at a figure and say, okay, where do I really see green? Or you could look at a particular shadow and say, okay, well, it feels like gray at first, but actually if I really look hard, it's a little bit tinted purple. The key to this is you have to see the color in order to paint the color. I'm not advocating that you look at a shadow and go, boom, it's green. You have to see that green. It's got to start there. Don't just start putting colors in random places. Do a piece where the colors are all over the place. I mean, that's a good way to start. It might feel a little bit chaotic, but it's a good entry point. And finally, take those mild tints of blue and make them really bright and saturated. Here's another spot where I added a very bright saturated cerulean blue. Now you don't actually see blue on the torso at all, but I did see a little tint of blue. And that's what pushed me to make that cerulean blue really pop out. I think it's a lot easier to start with colors that are far too bright and saturated because you know that inevitably they're gonna get more muddy the more colors that you add. I find it a lot tougher to start with muddy colors and then make things brighter. I start with those saturated colors knowing that the piece just on its own is going to get less saturated.